Welcome to Tally Talks Bible. This is going to be my first video of many, I hope.
Joseph is now in prison. While in prison, he meets two Egyptian officials. These two officials have dreams they wish for him to interpret. The Israelites have been in Egypt for some time. They've been fruitful, they've been multiplying. Joseph and his family has since passed on, and a new Pharaoh has risen up. The Israelites are now convinced that Moses was sent from God. He must now go to Pharaoh and tell him to let his people go. The Israelites are now at Mount Sinai, and the Lord wishes to establish a new covenant with them. The priesthood has been established. Now we come to the Day of Atonement, and we're given more laws. But what is the Day of Atonement? The writing is on the wall. This saying has been used since the 18th century to represent misfortune that comes.
Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His mercy endures forever.
Happy Sabbath. Let me get myself situated here. So the title of my sermon today is called Finding the Crucifixion in Genesis. We're all familiar with Jesus feeding the 5,000. But have you stopped and thought about how did the bread and the fish multiply?
Now, the Essenes aren't directly mentioned in the Bible, but they are mentioned by other historians around the same time that Jesus walked earth, and such as Josephus.
Well, speak of the devil. Not today, Satan. These are just a few phrases we use when speaking of the main enemy of the Bible.
An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But what does that actually mean?
Being out here in the middle of nature is what I imagine being in the Garden of Eden must have been like. But what does the word Eden actually mean?
Let's find out. Dear Heavenly Father, please be with those on the other side of the screen, Father, and please help guide them through all the trials and tribulations that they're going through, Father. And a priest, a Levite, and a Samaritan are walking to Jericho. But which one will help the injured man along the path? Hills, high places, mountaintops. These are the places that the ancients used to go to convene with God.
I've made a video about angels. Now I'm going to make one about the cherubim.
Briars, thickets, and thistles. These are all very symbolic in the Bible. The people complained to Samuel. He had gotten old, and he had been leading them for a while, that they wanted a king.
In Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, it talks about how the fall has come from Saul to Paul. I'm sure some of us have heard this, but what does that actually mean? Did you know the Bible mentions snow? But why? Let's find out.